Okay, let me just get comfortable here. So, I don't even know where to begin. This is like the first time I'm actually doing this without some sort of a script. I am, on the other hand, quite versed in. I don't know why I'm saying this. I like to talk shit. I wanted to give an update, I guess. Not an update, but more of a midweek type me thing. Like just where I can be unfiltered, I guess. I don't know. Wednesdays. It's not a thing though, so you get the idea. Call it whatever you want, Wednesday Unfiltered, but we're not gonna make a thing of it. I more and more I look at news these days, and it's quite sad because the more you look at it, the more you realize to yourself like you're gonna see that, and you know what's going on, and at the same time, you're getting, I don't want to say worried about it, but annoyed at the fact that you are powerless. It gets to me a lot. And it's to the point where I wish I had the resources to actually do something about it. And I don't. I'll be honest, I'm like most people, most men that just, don't have those resources. You just leave with my family. I'm not, I'm not the worst off. I have a job, I guess, and I do well at it. And yeah, but it's worrying to see where the future is going, especially for my son, and how I can raise him as strong as he can be, mentally and physically. And I guess he's at that age now where I have to actually sit down and talk with him about mental resiliency as well, and his emotions and how to control them. But that being aside, I wanted to give a small, I guess an update, or what I do in my own life, and not just preach it, so to say. I'm, as most of whoever's listening can guess, I'm not young, but I'm not old. I'm in my 30s. And I guess the fact that I had a son, it's changed me a lot in terms of where I see myself in the future. And I've always been motivated, I guess, or thought about doing something better in life, but now the fact that I have him, it's actually made me do it instead of just talking about it, which I like to do a lot. I mean, who doesn't sometimes, That being said, I thought about, and I don't know, is this a midweek? Is it like a midweek? Is this like a midlife crisis where I just, want to get in the best shape of my life? Not in the best shape of my life. I think that's a little bit overstatement, but, looking back, I've always gone to the gym and I've always worked out and always went to like boxing and fighting and MMA when I was younger. I'm probably the strongest right now than I have ever been. And I think it could only be paired well with the fittest I've ever been, which, for whoever's listening this, and it's not a great deal. If I were to run a mile, I'd probably beat it. Which, wow, says a lot about my fitness level. That being said, I've started working on myself, and I guess it started with, and I just want to give an update, and I'll probably reveal more about myself when I hit like 1,000 subscribers, just because I don't think it's worth it just now for the effort. So the risk versus reward is not worth it at the moment. But I focused on a few things, and I think I just wanted to, I guess, give an update on this. I want my skin to be the best it's ever been. I'm from a very warm country, and I think that I've neglected my skin for a long time, and I could see it because when I was 20, I would look 35, and now I'm 35. I look 35, so I want to get that sorted. I want to get my hair sorted, like most guys, and I'm not talking about turkey. Like, come on, that we could do better than that, guys. Like, damn. genuinely just taking care of your health the way that nature intended to. And I think, I came across some Lux Maxer type video once, and I'm not into that. Don't categorize me as that, but some Lux Maxer guy, and the way he said it makes perfect sense. When you have a dog, if you've ever had a dog, and you notice that fleas or something would sit on him, and his hair would fall out, it's because he was sick. And when you started taking care of it, you put some ointment on it, you get rid of the flies or whatever was irritating him, he'd become better and his hair would come back like normal. And I think treating it the same way as that for humans would, I guess, it stands a good chance. So I'm testing it at the moment and we'll see what happens. But if it works, I'll obviously share more. Simple as that. But you have to look at root cause, and it's boring to talk about at the moment just because it's so early stages. Skincare, and then obviously, if you're at my age, at any age, why would you want to be some fat ass? And it's bluntly saying this. Like, I'm not saying this from a point of hate. I'm saying it as a point of you need to think more of yourself. Do you really think, do you really care for yourself so little that you can't get in shape? And this is like, I'm not one to talk about this, but I just can't understand this. And for those people saying, you need to go to gym and all those things, it's very simple. Calorie in versus carry out, and you could eat yourself slim. I know I did it in COVID. So, but I just wanted to give an update. I'm sorry I didn't upload for the last 2 Sundays. Work got extremely busy is the only thing I can say. Wow. I love my work, but so I just need some chill time alone sometimes. And the way that I had my son, it just didn't fall right with me. So I just wanted to give you an update. So if you like these types of videos, I'll do more. But for those who are interested, I'd appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, do whatever you think is good. But the most important thing you need to do is take care of yourself mentally, physically, and just never stop learning, never stop caring for yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, you'll never be happy with anybody else. So awesome. Have a good day.